back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today I have another great fabulous project for you, and today this is a gorgeous topiary that you could give as a gift to somebody, or even better yet, like I'm going to keep it for myself. I was so inspired by this Christmas tree that I wanted something that could last all year in my house. So I went into my library and I thought, I need to find colors that go with my home decor, and voila, I found Lion Brand Amazing Yarn. This color combination that you're seeing here is called Strawberry Fields, and this has been constructed exactly the way that the Christmas tree was constructed, complete with the foundation going up and then all the leaves all then being worked all the way around. So this is very much like this project. So you're going to create a foundation. The foundation starts from the top and it goes all the way around, all the way down in a complete spiral. So that means that there's one continuous row when you think about spiraling. When you get to the bottom, you're going to then pull out your amazing yarn. I thought to myself, this stuff is high-end. It's about $11 a ball. I didn't want to waste it on making a foundation that, that nobody's ever going to see. So for the foundation, I just used a value yarn underneath. I know, you don't even see it. So I used like half a ball of value yarn. So you're thinking about maybe $2.50 in yarn cost. And then I used 2 balls here of the Lion Brand Amazing. Now, I would think, like there's not much of a height difference, but if I were you and you had the luxury of getting 3 balls, I would do it. I was left with 12 inches at the end of the string on the second ball, and I was sweating bullets. So this is an amazing project, and today I'm going to present to you a tutorial. Yes, it's the same one as completing this tree, but it's the exact same stitch work that I did, but this is just inspiration for you to do something further with your crafting skills. Any resources that you're seeing on screen are available on my website. This is a diagram. I've been teaching how to read crochet patterns and diagrams lately, so I figured I better show you a diagram as well for those that want to continue the process of learning. You will notice right in the center we're going to start off. This is the very top of the Christmas tree, and we're going to make our stitches going around the center ring just like so. But these red lines are indicating to you that we're not slip stitching anymore. What we're going to do is that we're going to continue to make a continuous spiral every time, and what I really want you to pay attention to is these V stitches. Okay, there's 2 of them. There's one on this side and one on this side, and this makes that perfect shaped cone. But you will notice that when you get up to the next one, this V stitch is always on the second one over. Okay, you go higher, it's always on the second, and it's just like down here, it's always on the second. So every time we pass a V-stitch on the second, we're going to put another V-stitch on, and this allows it to grow very uniformly, just like you see in the photographs. To start this tutorial, we're going to create a slip knot, and I'm using a size 6.0 millimeter crochet hook today. This is Tulip. Love these crochet hooks. We're just doing a slip knot as normal, and then I want you to chain 4. Remember that the first one never counts as one. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I want you to create a ring, and we do that by going into the very first stitch, just like so, grabbing the yarn through and through, and therefore we have our first ring. So chances are if you're trying this project, you will have understand crochet a little bit. Now if you look at the diagram or written directions, I'm asking you to chain up 2, 1 and 2. And now what I want you to do is put 16 double crochets all the way around the center of this ring. Remember to double crochet is just wrap, going into the ring, pull through, you have 3 on your hook, through 2 and 2, and keep doing that all the way around. So you don't need to see me do 16 of these, just continue to do that, and we'll meet back up, and you will have 16 done by the time we meet back up. So I now have 16 all the way around. In normal crochet, I would ask you to slip stitch it to the top of the 2 chain, but I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do at this point is that I want you to double crochet and just immediately go into the first double crochet. So this is the chaining of 2 here. This is the 1 double crochet, and I want you to put 2 double crochets into that spot. Okay, so you're causing it now to start spiraling. Okay, because normally we would just keep it organized. So what I want you to do now is that I want you to go 8 stitches in double crochet. So let's count those out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the 8th one, this is where I want you to put another double crochet into that same stitch. Okay, so it's directly across from each other. So now let's continue to go around, and we're just going to finish up this thing. So you don't need any slip markers, because I'm going to show you a tip in just a second. As we get all the way around, you're going to notice this is going to start to buckle or close in like a bowl, and that's happening because the fact is that we're really not growing this out on an even level, so it should not stay flat. So I'm going to continue to go all the way, and you can basically tell on the first one when you've gone all the way around. And essentially the next stitch is right here, and this is your V stitch. Okay, and if you look at the directions, you will notice that there's one double crochet over the first V stitch, and the second one, as I kind of mentioned already, is that there's going to be 2 double crochets into that same spot. Okay, and now we just continue to double crochet as normal, and basically we're going to look for the next V stitch on the other side as it comes around. You can literally see it as it's coming around. And if you're not sure, just kind of pull it open. See? It's right there. So this is a nice little exercise to be able to identify your stitches. And so basically this is the V stitch, this is the first one, and now the second one is next, and that means that we put in 2 double crochets into that same one. So all you have to do now is just to continue to circle around and around, and every time you hit a V stitch, the second one always gets an extra double crochet in, and that just allows it to grow up to a nice beautiful topiary cone kind of idea. So basically, how high should you make it? Well, you're the artist, you can decide that for yourself. And what I did is that I got a cone already where I had the size in mind, and I just basically went around and around and around until I got the height that I wanted. And it's just actually a very simple process because of it. When you get to the height that you want, what I did is that I stopped on the second V stitch as a regular, just a normal, just like so, and then basically I just trimmed my yarn, and then I just fastened in and weaved in the remainder. Now this is the important part. This is where I finished off, so I was right here, and now in order for me to do this actual stitching over here, I need to turn this inside out from what we were doing. Okay, so I want you to hold your project, and you may have to turn it inside out, but what I want you to do is that it should be upside down, so the point of the tree is on top, and then this extra stitch as you follow it around is basically, if I would have continued, it would have got bigger and bigger and bigger. But I want to look at it from this point of view, because we're going to start crocheting in this direction here. If you're left-handed, you'll be going in the other direction because your spiral will be in a different direction. So let's grab your yarn, and we want to fasten it to the first post. So I'm going to fasten on my yarn. I'm just going to cross a slip knot, and I want to just put it on my hook, and I want to go inside the post just like there, and I want to stay toward the top side of it. It's going to fall down, but you can shift it up, and just fasten on your yarn like you normally do, and then I want you to immediately chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I want you to come down that post here. Come down. So we're going to do 4 double crochets in order to go down. Okay, the chaining of 3 counted as 1. Now do you see how I'm kind of holding it in my hand right now? It's kind of, I'm looking at the back side as I'm doing this. Okay, so I got my 5 going down, which includes that first chaining, and now I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to immediately flip it back up toward me to the view that I want to see, and I want to immediately go into the very next post. And I want to put in a double crochet 5 times into that side post going up. Okay, so basically this is the very first branch of your Christmas tree, just down like that. Okay, so we're looking back, and I've just kind of folded it so I can see behind the branch, and I got 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna go into the 4th, and I want to put 5 double crochets going down the side of the post on the 4th one. Normally in crocodile stitch I would have chained in between each one of the crocodile stitch scales, but I don't want to in here. I want to kind of keep it condensed, and I want to keep it so that the tree is looking really random instead of very uniform. So I've got 5 going down. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to come just fold it so that I can see it in the regular side. So this is the actual side that you can see, that people will be able to see, and you're immediately just going to come to the next post and do 5 double crochets going up. Now because you've worked in a continuous spiral, you just follow this row all the way back to the very top of your project. And you always, in between, you're going to skip 3 posts, okay, and then go to the 4th. And so I'm continuing to rotate around. I started, and as I've rotated around, you can see as I'm following the rows, I'm now starting to be a little bit higher because the spiraling is working its way up. So even though I have the stitch or branch here, I'm not even paying attention to where those are, because this is going to be very random. So I'm immediately going to just double crochet just by jumping over the posts, just like so. So I'm just concentrating on the row that I am. I'm not paying attention to what's underneath, meaning rows underneath, because this is just going to come together like a dream. So I'm working my way all the way back to the top. As you can see here, I got this cute little Christmas shrub. If you were to do something like that. These stitches are getting harder and harder to see up at the top, but we still continue. We just pull it and we just look for it, and we just see, okay, where are the stitches going? And you want to go completely all the way around until you cannot see that there's any more stitches. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll meet you back up in just a second because I want to show you a little tip on making the top really random looking. So I'm on my very last one here, and I'm halfway through it, and in actual fact I have run out of stitches. Okay, so but what I want to do is that I want to just force it in to something else to finish off the scale. The one thing I don't want is that I don't really want a flat spot at the top of this tree. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to finish it off with 5 double crochet. Just like so. Okay? And so what I want to do then is just I want to trim my yarn like that and pull it out like this, fasten it off like that, and I want to take my my hook from the inside like that and grab the straggler. I would secure it a little more securely in place, but by what I did at the top here is that I want to fasten it off, and I would have done a lot better job, but I would have fastened this off to be nicely so that this final scale basically is just kind of sticking up at random just like this, and so basically you have a cute little Christmas shrub, and then I can decorate as normal. And as you can see, if you look at the top of this Christmas tree versus this one, it's identical to the same thing.